This is a fully 3D printed on-air sign, and I designed it so anyone can actually make one, even if you've never even done a project like this before. I wanted an on-air sign for my workspace, but instead of buying one, I decided to go ahead and design one and print one on my own. The best part is I'm taking you guys on the journey so you can also print one right here, from the design all the way through the final print, including adding the LED lights on the inside and turning it on so you have your own sign too. And the best part is you can turn any kind of graphic into a sign like this, just like I did with my own logo. So grab your cup and let's jump in. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys from concept to actually building it now. So I'm going to use a free program called Canva. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably already heard about it before, but it's just canva.com. The best part is these are going to be all free features for you. You don't even need to do the background remover. We're going to do that later on when we actually build our light box. So let's go ahead and do this. So I have custom size here. I like to make this my build plate so I can kind of visualize how big it is going to be on my build plate itself. Mine's actually 260 by 260. So I just put in 260 by 260 up here, and my units, I'm gonna go ahead and change that to millimeters. And I should probably have done that first, huh? So 260 by 260, my millimeters for my units. Create a new design. Now you can bring in your images in here. If you do pay for the program, I do have a paid license for this. So I can actually bring in different images, build my own, use the AI. But we're just going to do a text light box with this. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over to elements, and we're going to do this one right here. And I can spread this out. I can see my width size. I want this to be right around 200-ish millimeters. And this is the full size of my build plate. I'm actually going to change the background color here to black. If I want my foreground color to be white, which I do, I'm going to change my background to black. That way, whenever we do the background removal process, it's going to have like no questions. It's going to easily be able to remove it for us. So that is what I'm going to do. So we're going to change this to black, choose our background color in black. I'm going to change this to white. Just like that. I have my rounded corners, which I chose whenever I did my elements. I'm going to choose my text on here and choose add a heading, just like that. We're just going to type in on air. That text right there looks good, but I actually like a different text. So I like this Arcavio black, actually a little bit better. And we'll drag these corners out here just to make it bigger on the screen. I can leave this black if I want to, but I'm actually going to change this to red. And I'm also not going to put a border around it because when we actually build the light box in the software, we can put a border around it then. So I'm going to choose text color up here and choose red. There we go. Hopefully that changes it for us. Red. There we go. On air. And I'm going to drag this right here, make sure it's centered for me. I think that looks good. And if this looks good to you, like it looks good to me, because that's just what I want. I just want a light box that says on air. So that way, when I'm trying to record videos and everything else, I'm going to turn it on and my kiddos will automatically know that, you know, I am on the air. Don't bother me. So we're going to go over here and click download, and we're going to click download here. Like I said, you don't have to do transparent background. We're going to do that later. That's a paid version anyways. You do have to have pay for that on Canva. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to go over to makerworld.com. They have a free program that we're going to use, and we're going to go into Maker Lab right here. And if we scroll down in Maker Lab, we're going to find the Lightbox Maker. This is where we're going to make everything, makes it super easy. It does everything for you with it. So this is our previous light box that we made. If you guys want to check that out, I do have a link up there. You can click on that and go check out that full build for that light box. But we're going to click on new project. This is the sweet part of it, is that's automatically going to remove our light box for us. So I'm going to go ahead and choose our on air. That's why I chose a background that's completely different from ours. We're going to choose this remove background option. Okay, so we went ahead and it removed our background for us. And now we're going to go next, and it's going to vectorize our image. And if that looks good, we can go on. If it doesn't look good, you can click on this try again. You get one more try. And if not, then you have to redo it basically all over again. So let's go ahead and next with this. Now I can go ahead and choose how many colors we're going to do. It has 4. It's basically going to do all in white and red. I'm going to bring this down to 2. So now we're just 2. So white and red. So you can do however many colors you can print. I can go up to 4 with my CFS. If you can do 16, you can do 16, whatever it might be, and hit next. Confirm our colors. You can click on these right here to actually change the colors at this point. But I'm happy with the white and the red. and we'll hit confirm here. We have automatically going all the way around here in black, our stroke of our box, which is going to be our side. And then we also have our back plate. Now, one person did mention to me, and I'll put a comment right up here, is to add a white to the background. And I figure out how to do that too. So thank you so much for that comment. And if you guys have other suggestions, please leave a comment down below. If we go under structure here, we can do this reflection layer. This is going to allow us to do a white layer on the background, and that's going to allow the light to actually bounce off of there. So we'll hit this. I'm going to do 1 millimeter in white. There we go. So we're going to do 1 millimeter in white here on this reflection layer. So I am enabling this. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add our hole so we can actually put in our light with it, our light strip. And I'm going to grab this rectangle and add a hole. And I'm going to put that at the bottom middle. I like the lines that usually show up here so we know exactly where it's going to be. I like it right there. And if I want to hang it, I'm going to put this key, which we'll go ahead and do. We'll click on that, add a hole. And I'll put that right in the middle. And it's going to add a hole in the back so I can actually put a nail in the wall and hang it up from there. And if you want to do other kind of hanging stuff, you can go ahead and change the size on there also with it, or even a circle. We can go ahead and change our dimensions. If I want my light box to be thicker or wider, I'm going to bring it down just a little bit because I need it to about be 30 millimeters, which if you guys don't have one of these right here yet, I'll grab one. It's also easier to kind of look how big 30 millimeters is for a light box, or if you measure anything else. So that's about how thick the box will be, which is plenty for me. And I think everything else looks good there. We are going to also, we're going to start there. I'm going to go ahead and do the base with this, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to do a base for you guys also. So we're going to drag this down here, make sure it is below our hole like that. But I need to go ahead and actually make this smaller. So we're going to drag this up. I think that's a good enough base, just like that. And if I don't use it, at least I have the STL ready to go for it too. Okay, at this point, I think we're ready to go. If you need to add like shapes or text or anything else, you can do that over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my nozzle size, which is gonna be a 0.4. There's also a 0.2 option in here too. And then also choose your printer. If you don't have a Bamboo Labs printer, just go ahead and choose whichever size you think might kind of match up with the size of your print bed that you have. And we'll hit download. Now this does create a 3MF file. If your slicer does not use a 3MF file or can't accept it, you might have to do a workaround, like use a different type of slicer that can go ahead and create the G code for your slicer and send that out to your slicer with it. Or, I don't know, to be honest with you. If you guys have suggestions of other workarounds for people that can't use a 3MF, then, let me know in the comments down below. I am now in my slicer. I'm gonna go ahead and drag on my 3MF file that I got. I don't have Bamboo Labs, which is perfectly fine. I use Creality myself for this print with it. So we're gonna go ahead and do a save. And hit OK. I'm going to choose my Creality High 0.4 nozzle profile. And here we go. So I need to move a couple of little things around here. And you kind of see how it looks on the build plate, because we're going to print it upside down with it. Looks kind of crazy, but yeah. So let's do this. So we're going to see over here on the top, you're going to see I have a white layer. That's going to help with the reflection of it. And then I have my base on the other side over here. So let's go ahead and slice this plate here. And it's going to take 1 hour, 21 minutes, 42 grams of filament altogether with it. And it's going to cost me about $1.24 in filament for the main part of the sign. So we're going to do three colors here. And yeah, we're going to do 10 filament changes altogether. So let's go ahead and send, I'm going to change up my filament here, and then we'll send that right there out to the slicer. we have our filament ready. We have our colors assigned in our CFS. Let's get it all updated here. So I do have my red in 1C, so make sure that's in there. The white is going to be 1D, and the black is actually going to be 1A, which is fine. And I'm going to go ahead and merge this one right here with 2 with it. So we're going to go ahead and reslice our plate here real quick. And we are good to go. So an hour and a half. Let's go ahead and send our print. Well, I think these actually turned out fantastic. So here is our back plate. This has the white background that we talked about before with our keyhole up in the top right here, and then also our slot right here for our lights to slip through. And here is our actual front, which I think turned out amazing. If you guys want like this diamond kind of print right here, that is with a build plate, special build plate. I do have a link down in the description. You guys go check that right there out for your printer. And the last thing we're going to need here is, of course, our LED lights. With these, and you can get like a whole bunch of different kinds of LED lights. I chose these right here just because they are small, compact. I didn't have to cut them, hopefully. And this is only 3 feet long, and they are dimmable if I want to dim them. More likely, I'm not going to be dimming them. The other thing you might need, which I'm going to highly suggest with my experience now with these, is with these ones here in particular, they don't stick very, very well to plastic. So I suggest getting some super glue, some kind of glue adhesive for them. And we'll just unwrap this here real quick. And that way they're going to go ahead and stay in place with it. So this is what it looks like. This one here in particular has a controller, so I can go hold it down to go ahead and dim it back up again, turn it on and off with one quick click. So what I'm going to do is a couple different options. So with this one right here is a bigger sign. I actually ended up moving my LED lights I actually put around the ends or around the edges, actually to the back so it shines through. With this one right here, I'm actually going to put it all the way around again to see how that turns out, because it does have the white reflective background to really help out with that. So we're going to take this end right here. We're going to push this all the way through like this until I have it going through my cord before I start. And now I'm just kind of work myself around here. So we'll have to take off the tape first. One thing I like about this one right here too is that it's not controllable by your phone or an app or anything, which if I hang this up, I'll probably be going something like that. I like Gobi lights. I have a lot of Gobi lights, and I might change them out, make a new sign with Gobi lights too. If you guys want to see one with Gobi lights and how those are controlled, let me know in a comment down below. And by the way, also let me know what is your favorite lights, or what sign would you make with this? So I'm always looking for another project. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this right here in here. I'm just going to go ahead and take this and kind of move it along the edges. And that's going to go around a few times. I'm going to put a couple little layers in here, show you what I'm doing. So kind of see how it's sticking right there on the edge. I'm going to go all the way around here, probably a handful of times. This might go like around 3 times with how much I have. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine, because that's going to make it brighter. And if you guys really, really want it to shine through, you can use like translucent PLA. I'm just using standard PLA. And if you want what I use for this project right here with the blacks, the whites, and the reds, I'll have a link down in the description down below. Or, you know, that's also a great way to see what the PLA is. Okay, so I have that right there all done. You can kind of see how it all looks like. I got about two passes all the way through. We're gonna go ahead and connect this back right here now to it. Should be a pretty easy close, hopefully. Snaps right into place with it. So I don't want to damage the front. Now we got it, look at that. And we can go ahead and hang this on the wall. We can go ahead and set it on the ground. So the last thing we do is let's go ahead and light this thing up. Okay, our light box is done. This turned out amazing. I think it did, at least. It's nice and bright. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera, but I'll reduce it a little bit so you guys can kind of see. It's off, on, and then you can go ahead and hold this down to bring down the light. There we go. I think you guys can see it now. If you enjoyed this tutorial right here, where I take you step by step how to actually build out a 3D printing project, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys over here on the next video. So click on this right here and let's do the next project together.